Nowadays, everywhere you go, you can find positivity and negativity. But the problem is not what comes against you. The problem is how you react towards everything that comes against you. For example, if you live in a negative environment, in school, at home, in the working place, how are you going to fight the discouragement that comes against you?
That's true. How are you going to fight this disappointment? You know, because sometimes you set yourself a target in life, a goal in life, you know, and because of a certain negativity that comes around you, you tend to, you know, you tend to lack motivation. Your self-esteem drops. You know, you need to think about it, because we're going to be with you within this program here talking about a very important topic, and we want you to sit right there. So those of you that are watching, don't move, stay right there, because the Where You Going program, it starts now.
You know, living with you, it hasn't been easy. People see me, but they think of you. Now with all this going on, this is going to be worse than ever.
It don't have to be.
No, sure it does.
Why? You got a lot going on, kid.
Oh, what, my last name? That's the reason I got a decent job. That's the reason why people deal with me in the first place. Now I start to get a little ahead. I start to get a little something for myself, and this happens. Now I'm asking you as a favor not to go through with this, okay? This is only gonna end up bad for you, and it's gonna end up bad for me.
You think I'm hurting you?
Yeah, in a way you are.
That's the last thing I ever wanted to do.
I know that's not what you want to do, but that's just the way that it is. Don't you care what people think? Doesn't it bother you that people are making you out to be a joke and that I'm going to be included in that? Do you think that's right? Do you?
You ain't gonna believe this, but you used to fit right here. I'd hold you up and say to your mother, this kid's gonna be the best kid in the world. This kid's gonna be somebody better than anybody ever knew. And you grew up good and wonderful. It was great just watching you every day. It was like a privilege. Then the time come for you to be your own man and take on the world, and you did. But somewhere along the line, you changed. You stopped being you. You let people stick a finger in your face and tell you you're no good. And when things got hard, you started looking for something to blame, like a big shadow. Let me tell you something you already know. The world ain't all sunshine and rainbows. It's a very mean and nasty place, and I don't care how tough you are, it will beat you to your knees and keep you there permanently if you let it. You, me, or nobody is gonna hit as hard as life. But it ain't about how hard you hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep moving forward. How much you can take and keep moving forward. That's how winning is done. Now, if you know what you're worth, now go out and get what you're worth. But you gotta be willing to take the hits and not pointing fingers saying you ain't where you wanna be because of him or her or anybody. Cowards do that, and that ain't you. You're better than that. I'm always gonna love you no matter what. No matter what happens. You're my son, you're my blood. You're the best thing in my life. But until you start believing in yourself, you ain't gonna have a life. Don't forget to visit your mother.
Now watch this video, you see that it's not how many problems you face, how many people come to bring you down. Indeed, you're going to be down if you allow people say things, you hear that, and you believe in that. You believe in more than what people say, what people think about you, and than what you think about yourself. You know, you have negative words, people to discourage you, you always come. But as I said at the beginning, the problem is not what you hear, is how you react towards it.
That is true. And this negative thought always beat down this person. You know, Pastor, I'm gonna be real with these people, these viewers that are watching tonight. You know, you're gonna experience this a lot. Life throws a lot of struggles at you. It throws a lot of obstacles. There are times that you're gonna, you know, want certain things in life, but you're not gonna get. But sometimes people use these things to bring you down. And as he said in the video, you know, you you probably, you know, aspire to be something, but you change your ways because of what people think of you, what people say to you, and you lose your dream, your focus. And of course, it courage now, you know, being discouragement, as it is, as the topic we're going to be talking about tonight, is defeating discouragement. And it is something that you really need to focus on, because how long are you going to stay in this situation? How long are you going to, you know, be sitting there watching every Friday? We tell you, we literally feed you the information, but you don't do anything to make yourself become successful. And this is what is keeping you back, because if you don't take the opportunity to step forward, to do something about the situation, well then, nothing is going to happen.
And maybe you are watching the program now and you say, no, I am depressed, I'm on drugs, I cut myself because I have all these people to discourage me. My parents always give me words to discourage me. Everywhere I go, somebody always tell me negative words. Many youths, they react like this. But the problem is not, I repeat, not what people say, is how you react. The problem is that you lack, you know, self-esteem, you lack that belief in yourself. And whatever people say, you receive it as if it were the truth, but it's not. You are the one that you build your reality. The reality about yourself, you are the one that decides, because it starts inside of you. It's not from outside to inside, it's from inside to outside. But maybe you are not so sure about who you are, about your own values. So whatever people say, you accept it. And then constantly you are down, because constantly all of us are going to face negativity.
Yeah, that's true. And once you don't do anything to get past this stage in life, this level, you are always going to be in this situation, because probably you are sitting there, you as Pastor said, you are depressed. You have low self-esteem. You probably have been running a road all the time, and suddenly this big obstacle comes. It throws you down. You know, I always tell people, Pastor, sometimes when you fall, once you can look up, it means that you can get up. And you need to get up. You can't just be there, you know, as how they say, you know, spinning top in mud. You need to get out. You need to climb out. You need to do something to get yourself out of the situation. And that is how you overcome discouragement, because it is not something going to stop. The more you accelerate in life, it is the more discouragements are going to come, because sometimes people don't want to see you accelerate. Sometimes you do things in such a way to help others, but they don't see it in a way as help. They look at you probably to criticize you, they judge you, they say a lot of things, but these things actually bring you down when you don't exercise that faith that you have, that motivation within you, and that person you can be.
Yeah, and sometimes we are not speaking here about religion or faith in God. We're speaking about faith in yourself.
That is true.
Because maybe you have faith, you got to believe that God exists and this and that, or maybe not. But the matter is, you don't have faith in yourself. And this is the reason why you are constantly down and depressed. Because you don't have faith in yourself. Whatever people say, it knocks you down. And you stay there on the ground. And nobody going to have pity on you. Life is not going to have pity on you. If you do not react, my friend, you cannot. You blame your parents. You're going to blame your friends. You're going to blame your boyfriend or girlfriend because betrayed you, because left you. You're going to blame the society, but you'll never find a way out, because the way out is inside of you. When you decide to react and overcome this weakness that is inside of you, instead of you defeat the discouragement have been defeating.
That is true. And you know, you're probably going through a situation where timelessly every night there's constant crying. You know, you need to think about it. What makes you come out of a sad situation? It's only when you begin to believe in yourself, as Pastor said. Unless you make a decision to get up, walk this road, and do something about it. That is how you're going to overcome whatever depression, whatever sadness, whatever it is you're facing. And this is a key method you need to understand. The key method is to believe in yourself.
That's why we are here every Sunday, 1 p.m. in the YPG. At number 2 Broadway, upstairs, Maria Julia's opposite to the gate, in Port of Spain, we have the YPG. We have the youths that are fighting to moving forward. Youths that start to learn how to believe in yourself. This is the YPG is about. To bring you the positivity that sometimes you don't have within yourself. You're going to watch the testimony of a lady that she came to the YPG, and maybe your life is just like hers. Completely upside down, destroyed. She was going through a lot of things. She started smoking, she started going parties, all these kind of things to try to cover the sadness, the reality that was inside of her. That sadness. You're going to watch the testimony. Pay close attention to what she's going to say. We're going to be back with you right after.
My name is Laura Akal Jawahir, and before I found the YPG, I was into a lot of partying. If the crowd had 11 tattoos, I wanted 12. I was into smoking, drinking, anything that the young people do in these days, I wanted to do it and even more. Always had a big group of friends anywhere I go from school. And we used to do everything together. We smoked together, we drink together, we party together, and that's where it all began. When we got older, we learned drugs, we learned marijuana, we learned mollies, ecstasy, whatever it was to get the party higher. When I would dress up and go out, I would feel like if I was on top of the world, but when I reach home in the real world with the headaches and, you know, I wouldn't feel good, something missing, something empty. It was always a fight and an argument in all the relationships in my life at the point in time, starting from my mother, my boyfriend, everything. So I felt empty, distressed, like something was missing. After I drink and I smoke, I would forget a lot of things that I wouldn't even know. You know, I would meet people and they would see me the next day and say the lime was good, and I wouldn't remember them. Well, before when I was in school, I would fall back in my studies, especially when I started university. I struggled with that. I had a lot of struggles with continuing my classes and actually trying to finish doing my degree because all I was studying was to lime and to party. The outfits, the short dresses, and it seemed like every month the clothes get shorter. So you have to like compete with it, compete with other girls, compete with the nakedness or, you know, whatever the new trend might be. Tattooing your skin especially. I would always get a lot of male attention from ever since. Always get a lot of male attention, and yes, I would jump into relationships, and until one relationship left me a single mother. So, and I continued being in relationships that never worked out. We always fight. It was always a jealousy issue. It was always something. It never worked. I used to argue with my mom a lot, up to even at old age, from teenage all the way up. I didn't have a good relationship with my mom when I was a teenager because she was a flight attendant and she was hardly around. So I had a lot of freedom and I didn't respect her as a mother. She was more like my friend. There was a day after the service, I looked back and there were a big group of youths and they were all laughing, and I was kind of curious as to, you know, what was the cause of the laughter, and it was sheer curiosity that actually made me question who are these people? Who is the YPG? Because they all had on their little t-shirts marked YPG and they were looking so cute. I just wanted to know about them. When I just started being active in the group, I was very shy. I didn't feel like I fit in among these people because they were so, you know, I want to use the word godly. They were so into the whole Jesus Christ and their love, and so I didn't feel like I fit in. So I was really quiet and reserved. But they kept at it. They always invited me to go where they went. They always invited me to meetings, and by seeing the attention they were giving to me, I started coming. Eventually I started feeling like if I belong, feeling like if I fit in. I noticed things really began to change when I didn't feel comfortable doing the party promotions and the modeling and the things that I used to feel comfortable doing. I stopped feeling like if I was supposed to do it. Something in my mind kept telling me this is not the right thing to do. This is not the place where you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be somewhere else. And I believe that's when the change started. That little voice in your head telling you the right thing to do. Eventually, I gave up the smoking, the drinking, the partying, and today I feel fulfilled. I feel like a void has been filled. I feel like if I found my voice, literally found my voice, because through the YPG, I started to sing, I started to express myself through songwriting. Today, my mother and I are friends as well as mother and daughter. We do argue, but 2 minutes later, we're back together again. We learn how to express ourselves instead of going to sleep angry, instead of just not talking to each other, the silent treatment. We learn how to say, you know, I was wrong, and talk things out. Today, I feel like if I will make a lot of people proud, today I feel like I can walk the streets with my head high, no matter what anyone says. I know I have a clean heart. I feel fulfilled. I feel to spread the word of love and Jesus to everyone that I see and approach. I'm not shy anymore. I'm not ashamed to speak about the way I was and the way I am now. I'm not ashamed at all. And life is just better now. I will advise any youth, any person who's going through anything in their lives that they feel down, they feel depressed, they feel they don't have anywhere they belong, you belong to the YPG. We're waiting for you and we welcome you with open arms as they did to me.
Now it is up to you. This coming Sunday, you're going to have the YPG meeting. But first, we have to speak about something new that we have. Saturday, now tomorrow, you can wake up a little bit early and you turn on your radio in 91.9. We're going to be together from 8 to 9 and the program Youth Frequency.
And you should really tune in, because for the past 2 weeks that we had the program, you know, it was really nice. People have been calling in. You know, a lot of people have giving comments about the program. You know, and youths themselves was, you know, calling. We had the leader there from Shogunas, you know, and Shogunas really represented the youth's call. You know, they gave their opinions, you know, they spoke. And in all, it was really, really nice. So, you know, you have the opportunity to tune in, you know, tomorrow morning between 8 and 9, and take this opportunity to hear more about what the YPG is about.
Also, we're going to start tomorrow the activity that speak about the positivity. We're going to go to a community called Silots. We're going to be there in Silots tomorrow morning. After the radio program, we're going to be there. We're going to make a movement there to help the people in the community, to bring positivity in the life of those people. And we're going to have also Amplify
at 2 p.m. Yeah, and we're gonna discuss more, because of course in the program we can't really talk much, you know, and give you all the, you know, the basic information. But tomorrow at 2 p.m. you can be here, the presence with all the other youths, and you can be able to overcome just as they did.
Sunday, 1 p.m. at number 2 Brother upstairs, Mariah Julius, we're going to have the Clash of Tribes. Now we have a new tribe, Naphtali. They almost overcame last week.
They make a big
impact. Overcame. Judah made it. Judah made it.
By a
little bit. But Judah made it. This coming Sunday, we're going to have the Clash of the Tribes again. Naphtali, Judah, and Levi. Who's going to be the best one? If you're watching the program right now, you can join us this coming Sunday at number 2 Brother upstairs, Mariah Julius. And wherever there is a universal church in Trinidad and Tobago, there you're going to find a YPG. The main branch, Port of Spain, Chaguanas, Arima, and San Fernando, the main branches. They had branches. But wherever you go in Trinidad and Tobago, you have to watch the program from Tobago. There in 128 Milford Road in Scarborough, close to the Coast Guard, there is a universal church, also the YPG. You can visit there and be part of something great. Don't forget, before you do anything in your life, think about where you're going.
My fishes of men, the voices of faith is harder than the rock. Many were called and a few were chosen. Satan got scared and then he got shot. Then he planned to kill the weakest one in the pot.
So many were